Khamzat Chimaev is one of the most explosive and devastating MMA grapplers of all time. He only uses a small set of tools, but his freakish athleticism allows him to apply those tools with relentless pace and overwhelming pressure. Khamzat's takedown entries are typically poor from both a setup and mechanical perspective, as he doesn't have a deep process to set them up, and he shoots from a long distance with poor posture, meaning he often can't latch onto his opponent any higher than their lower legs. This isn't much of a concern for Khamzat though, because not only is he freakishly explosive, but his goal when shooting is primarily to just make contact with his opponent and stick to them, and from there he can continue his grappling process by climbing up onto their hips or into a body lock or driving them back to defense. Once Khamzat is in on his opponent's hips or has a body lock, he primarily tries to achieve one of two things. He either tries to ground his opponent onto their hands and knees, or he tries to ground them onto their back or side. If he's in on his opponent's hips, he'll try to drive them off balance and land into side control or even half guard. And if he has a body lock, he'll try to hook their legs out from under them or pick them up and slam them, so that they're forced to choose between landing on their hands and knees or letting Khamzat land on top in side control. Khamzat doesn't try to pass his opponent's guard, so if he lands on top in half guard, he'll either disengage like he did against Gilbert Burns, or he'll settle on top, punch his opponent, and wrist ride as they build to an elbow. If Khamzat's opponent lands on their hands and knees, he'll first look to take their back, but if that option isn't available, he'll control them from the side against the fence instead. From this position, Khamzat looks to hook the near side leg and hold the far side of his opponent at the waist or with a wrist ride, before pressuring and punching them with his free hand so that they collapse face down, which would allow him to attack a choke or crank or just continue punching them. If Khamzat's opponent tries to base up, he'll either pressure and pull their wrist out to collapse them again, or he'll drag them down to a hip so he can sink in his near side hook and continue riding and punching them. Khamzat's grappling game isn't overly reliant on the crossbody ride though, because if he doesn't have the near side hook and his opponent tries to turn and wrestle into him, whether it be from their hands and knees or from bottom side control, he'll attack the Darce choke. If Khamzat's opponent gives up side control off the back of a takedown, or by falling to a hip from their hands and knees, he's comfortable settling in that position, going for knee on belly, and attacking the Darce choke again from there. If Khamzat's opponent scrambles from bottom side, he'll also attack the Darce choke from a front headlock mid-scramble. To put it simply, Khamzat explodes and aggressively tries to put his opponents where he wants them, and once they're there, he almost always has an answer for their next move, which is why it's so hard to stop him.